Enterprise Commercial. For this next development in our series, I wanted to talk about one that's been around for quite some time now, been in the making for years, which we actually all use now. It's the Bottleworks District. And we'll talk about the expansion here in a second, but I want to just break down the numbers, talk about land use within our CBD district and what this is for any other retailer, any investor rather, that is looking to put some infill mixed-use properties that have a retail component. So let's hop into it. So I wanted to start off with a little bit of history. So this property where the site stands today was once home to the world's largest Coca-Cola plant, bottled 2.2 million bottles per week. So the iconic Art Deco building shows an intricate terracotta facade, real true symbol of the old industrial time here in that period. However, with the rise of aluminum cans, this pretty much went away and was largely unused up until about 2017, when the current developer, Hendricks Commercial Properties, acquired it to make plans for a historic redevelopment of the site. So you fast forward to today, and this is by far one of the most beautiful but also expansive redevelopment sites we have within our whole city. So who are the developers? Hendricks Commercial Property is known for leading these developments of historical sites. They also have a more modern facility with a boutique hotel called Ironworks, and this is at the keystone of the Crossing Submarket. So this property was designed in tandem with some pretty renowned architects, Ratio Design and EUA, to blend, quote, buildings' historical charm and modern amenities. And according to Urban Land article, their vision was pretty simple, quote, to make a place where we work, live, and play. We've heard this many times before, and they truly delivered, and that's exactly what they're becoming. So let's just dive into the numbers. Bottleworks sits on 12 acres. They have a 139 room boutique hotel. We have a 38,000 square feet food hall, aptly called the Garage, 180,000 square feet of flexible Class A primo office space. And then we have 175,000 square feet of prime retail space. So phase 2 is in development right now, and that's currently under construction. Sometime here next year will be set to open. It's going to add, of course, more office, more retail space, and the type of tenants that are coming into the space. Indiana Members Credit Union, we have one of the well-known VCs here, High Alpha. We have other big users of space. These are floor plates people are taking up, and even this is some of the priciest Class A office space you can get. It's where people want to be. We talk about where people want to work, live, and play. This is it, and this is why big companies are taking this space in droves. So when we talk about the economic impact, we're going to just dive into the numbers real quick on what the numbers are when it comes to the type of retail that is downtown, where it's typically found, the number of buildings, so on and so forth. So when it comes to vacancy is very, very low. We're talking about, with these buildings, 224 buildings in the central business district, over 5 million square feet. Of course, this 5 million square feet is typically encompassing all of the office that's on top of these buildings, and the first floor retail is probably substantially lower. However, in asking rent is $22.79. Again, vacancy is pretty low at 2.5%, down from the 12-month period before of 4.3%. When you talk about walkable retail space, getting into what we see here on the screen, we're talking about only 248 land parcels are left in the whole area. And again, when you talk about what the CBD district is for Indianapolis, this covers a small footprint. We're talking about 3.89 square miles, very, very small. So given the size of the parcels, average size, we're talking about 0.1 acres. So developing new commercial spaces is typically not in the cards unless it's an apartment building. This is all going to be reserved for residential, low rise, maybe some middle market duplexes, townhomes, things of that sort. So the only option any development has is through an assemblage. So however, of course, this is going to be easier said than done. It doesn't take you long to figure out why. So we'll talk about 3 examples. We have 828 North Park Avenue. You have 8 plots. This is all for residential townhomes. It looks like this might even be for single family homes. And similarly, we have 537 Leon Street. Again, it was another suitable site for high-end townhomes, as you can see, and there's a small 10 unit. This looks like it's all owned by the same owner. And then finally, we talk about all the little plots close to Lucas Oil Stadium on South Kenwood and South Capitol. Some of these have been owned for a decade plus. Some of them have been flipped recently for a substantial amount of money. Some of these properties that sold in 2011 for $5-10 grand now are going for $60,000-70,000. Again, these are tiny slivers, and you can see a lot of these look like they're used for parking. Price per acre is going through the roof. We're talking about seeing prices 1.1 million per acre. For context, let's take a look at 1806 North Alabama Street. Close by. Again, these are the premium trophy areas, and again, Bottleworks is just the pinnacle of that because it has such high density of all these uses. So if you're looking for a new place to get a bite to eat, or want to just know more about some of the Class A office spaces for your mid or large company, this would be something to talk about. So if you like this video, again, I appreciate your time. Give it a thumbs up, and I will see you in the next video.